The 7 steps for how to ask for, expect, and get referrals. As you already know, referrals is the lifeblood of your business. And as the saying goes that I'm sure you have heard, cold calling is God's punishment for not asking for referrals. So why do people not ask for referrals? It is mind-boggling to think that there are just groups of people out there not asking for, expecting, and getting referrals every single day. Every time you meet with somebody, whether they buy or they don't buy, they should be giving you multiple referrals. A good goal is every single time you have a meeting, you should expect to get 5 referrals every single time. And I know with your Top Producer Edge coach, they have been coaching you through the mentality of asking for referrals. You probably already know that the number one reason people don't get referrals is because they don't ask. And why do people not ask? We think at Southwestern Consulting, the main reason somebody wouldn't ask for referrals is they don't know how. So we have created a very simple and effective 7-step formula that if you follow this, you will consistently get a massive amount of referrals. So, step number 1 is you need a transition statement. A transition statement is so important because you're going through the flow of your conversation. All of a sudden, it's a break from either they've bought from you, they've said no, you're going to the next step, and then you go into the transition to asking for referrals. That transition needs to happen so their mind goes from whatever you were talking about to they're about to give you referrals. The transition statement is paramount. So how do you do it? There's 3 basic steps. The first thing is you thank them for whatever it is that you're talking about. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for your business. Whether they're a client or just somebody that you're meeting with, you can thank them for their meeting, their time, and then you build them up. You make them feel good. People love to feel good. So tell them, gosh, I've loved meeting with you. It's been such an honor. I love meeting with people just like you. And as a matter of fact, you then go into the transition. I wish I had 10 people just like you to meet with every single day. That makes them feel good. Also, subconsciously, what you're doing is you're planting the seed that you're not going to ask for 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but you're going to ask for 10 referrals. So that self-talk is not only for them, but it's for you. You need to have confidence that you can get 10 referrals from every person you talk with. So that transition statement, gosh, thank you so much. I really appreciate meeting with you today. Man, I wish I had 10 people like you to meet with every single day. So that's step 1, transition statement. Step 2, clearly ask for the referral. Now, there's a key to this. When you're clearly asking for the referral, you need to be able to do it without saying the word referral. A long time ago, a group of really bad salespeople got together and they decided that they were going to do selling the worst possible way that you could. They decided to talk fast, have high pressure, force people into doing things they don't want to do. That is what the worst salespeople in the world do, and it gives selling a bad name. At Southwestern Consulting, we're focused on changing that. We want people to sell ethically, honestly, and without shortcuts. We want people to work referrals, and we want them to do business the right way, ask questions, listen. Unfortunately, the word referrals has been tainted, and if you say, who would be a good person for you to refer me to a prospect, they have this instinct to back off and say, oh, I don't give referrals. So just don't use that word. You can just eliminate it from your vocabulary and still ask for referrals without saying referrals. A good way to say that would be, I know you're really plugged in here at the Nashville community, and who do you know that would be a good fit to speak with about and insert what you do? So you're asking for a referral without saying who would be a good referral. So again, a good step number 2, clearly asking for the referral, is, John, I know you're really plugged in here to the Nashville community, and if you were me and you were talking with people in the financial planning business, real estate business, mortgage business, insurance business, and helping them protect their life, live safer, etc., insert your content, who would you go see? So that is clearly asking for the referral without saying the word referral. Step number 3. is you want to paint the picture. So when you're painting the picture, it's elaborating on asking for the referral, where you're clearly painting the type of person you're looking for. So this is somebody who, if you're in the real estate business, wants to live in the neighborhood of their dream or have the house of their dreams. If you're in the insurance business, to feel safe and have security, peace of mind. If you're in the financial planning business, it's how to build wealth and make investments and save money on taxes. So you're painting a very clear picture of the benefits of your product, and also that's reselling them and getting excited about, oh yeah, you know what, you do a good thing, and I do need to tell my friends about you. Step number 4 is you want to isolate faces. This is the most important step. This is the most advanced piece of this technique, where you have to isolate the faces of the people that you're asking for. See, it's not that people don't want to give you referrals. Most of the time, it's just because they don't want to go through the effort of thinking through the thousands of people that they know. When you say, hey, who would be a good fit for me to speak with? They know so many people. They're not going to go through their Rolodex of people to give you a name. You have to do that work for them. You have to help do the thinking for them, and that happens in step number 4 when you isolate the faces. So the way you do that is you need to identify their circle of influence. So you need to know, and you need to be really good on the front end of meeting people where you're building rapport. Find out what they like to do for fun. Find out what they are into. Are they into flying planes? Are they a golfer? Do their kids play soccer? Whatever it is that their activities are that they're into is a network of people that you can plug into. So when you're isolating faces, what you want to do is take their thoughts down to one person's face that they can see, and you ask a question that has an answer to it where it is one person's name. For example, you know, Joe, I know you're really plugged into the Chamber of Commerce here in Kentucky, and I know that you know lots of people there, but who did you sit next to at your last chamber meeting? Boom. You have now isolated a face that Joe sat next to somebody in Kentucky at his networking event at the Chamber of Commerce, and there is a name of somebody he sat next to. Another one would be, you know, Bill, I know you're really involved in your kids' soccer. Who's a business owner that is also one of the parents on your kids' soccer team that you sit on the sidelines with on Saturdays? All of a sudden, they can think of, oh, you know what? Yeah, Jim actually owns a small business. And you're right into referral mode because you've helped them do the thinking, you've identified the circle of influence, and you've isolated the face, and you've asked a question that has the answer of one person's face. And that's the hardest part. Now, don't get stuck here. As a disclaimer, what you need to be able to do is once they give you that name, don't stop. In other words, if they give you a name of somebody that's not qualified to be a customer for you, it doesn't matter. The hardest name to get from somebody is the first name. Once you get that first name, you can get 10 more, and you can ask more qualifying questions once the momentum is going. Once you have the momentum going, now we are on step number 5. And step 5 is you write the referral down. Write down the referral. I know this is hilarious that it's an actual step, but at Southwestern Consulting, we shadow thousands of salespeople. Our clients include DirecTV, Verizon, Bridgestone, Google. And when we're out working with these Fortune 100 companies or a startup tech company, it doesn't matter who it is, we see everybody consistently making this mistake. The scenario is the person gives a name of somebody that oh, you know what, this service would be perfect for working with this person. And then the salesperson just goes right along as if they didn't hear this. It's like a gold coin flying out of somebody's mouth, and they don't take the time to catch it. So when you hear somebody say you ought to talk with so-and-so, you write the referral down. What we recommend at Southwestern Consulting is you have a referral pad. And on this pad of paper is the only thing you write down on it are your referrals. So you write down the name of the person they give you on your referral pad. And that's all that you do. Because step number 6 is you ask, who else? So after you write down the name of the person that they sit next to at their Chamber of Commerce meeting, you then say, great, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Who else would be a good fit to talk to that you go to the chamber meetings with? Who else would be a good fit in your church small group? Who else would be a good fit that you play golf with at the country club? So you say, thank you so much. Gosh, I really appreciate this. Who else? That is step number 6. And you will get as many referrals as you expect they will give you. You will get as many referrals as you expect that person will give you. So if you expect they're going to give you 10 referrals and you keep asking, who else do you know? They will keep answering it because your expectation will match what they end up giving you. Another trick that you can do in this step is change the circle of influence that you're asking for referrals from. So if they only know 3 or 4 business owners they play golf with, great. I know you're really involved with your church. So who would be a good fit that you go to church with? Great. Who is somebody that you used to work for that would be a good fit? Who's somebody in your neighborhood that would be a good fit? And you can keep asking questions in step number 6 until they give you 10 referrals. And you write down the names of every person they give you as fast as you can on the referral pad. Then after you've exhausted that, and you'll know when they're done, they'll look at their watch, they'll say, oh, I got to go, that's all I got, call me later and I'll give you more type of thing, and you'll know when they're done. And you might have gotten 1, 2, 5 referrals, 10 referrals. You might have received 50 referrals. But once they're done giving you referrals, then and only then do you go to step number 7. And step number 7 is you get pre-approach. So pre-approach is you go back to the top of your list on your referral pad and you start asking about information about the referral they gave you. So in other words, you want golden nuggets about the person that you're about to be calling on to set an appointment with. And here's the key pieces of information you need to know. Are they the decision maker? And what is the decision maker's first name? Or who are the decision makers that are involved with whatever it is you're doing? Second thing is get that decision maker's cell phone number. Don't ask what's the best number to reach them because that'll send you to their work number where there's a gatekeeper waiting to send you to voice jail, and we don't want to do that. So get their cell phone number when you're getting pre-approach, when you're working this referral system. Then you want to find out what's the best time to reach them. If you were me and you were calling on Bill, when would you call him? Would you call him at 8 in the morning? Would you call him at 5 at night? When would you call him? And write down the best time to call, because that's a time management strategy. And then the last one is the navigate referral question. Tell me a little bit about Bill. Is he the straight to the point type of guy? Is he detail oriented? Is he extroverted? Tell me a little bit about him. And if he says, don't worry, he'll tell you what he thinks, you're talking to a fighter. If he says, you're going to love Bill, he's a storyteller, he'll probably talk your ear off, but he's a great guy. You're probably going to be talking to an entertainer. So then on your referral pad, you can write F, D, E, or C. And for those of you that have read Navigate 2.0, you know what I'm talking about. You can then navigate their natural buying behavior style before you ever pick up the phone to call them when you're working this referral system. So that is the 7 steps for asking for, expecting, and getting referrals. You follow this, and it will take your business to the next level.